Good morning, dear friends. This is the second lecture on pronoun. I have already discussed about the variants of pronoun, and I will discuss the next variants of pronoun. So, in case of pronoun, we want to categorize pronoun. First category of pronoun is personal pronoun, and another category of pronoun is impersonal pronoun. In case of personal pronoun, I, she, he, they, you, these are the personal pronoun. And if we talk about impersonal pronoun, it, this, only it can be kept under the category of impersonal pronoun because it works as an impersonal pronoun in a sentence. We cannot say this because this will work either a demonstrative pronoun or a demonstrative adjective. This cannot work as an impersonal pronoun in a sentence. So in the previous video we have finished distributive pronoun. Today I will take indefinite pronoun, the use of indefinite pronoun in a sentence. Indefinite pronoun. Whom can we call an indefinite pronoun? This is the question. Indefinite pronoun, which is not definite. A pronoun which is not definite in its form and structure can be called an indefinite pronoun. As we can say that someone, somebody, anybody, nobody. Here we are not certain about whom we are talking about. We are not certain. Anybody, maybe anybody, we don't know. Somebody, we don't know. Everybody, we don't know. So these pronouns can be kept under the category of impersonal pronoun. I want to make a difference between somebody and anybody. Somebody and anybody. There is a minor difference between somebody and anybody. I want to discuss here just 2 minutes. Look, somebody may be a person from a group or from some members of a group. If in a class there are more than 2 or 5 students, if out of 10 or 20 students, if one commits an error, we can say that somebody has committed the error. We cannot say anybody has committed the error. We will use somebody has committed the error. Why do we use somebody? Because somebody is a person from a group or from a community. If we say that anybody has committed the error, we don't know the community, we don't know the committee, we don't know the group about whom we are talking about. So remember, when we are using somebody, it means the person is one out of the committee, out of the group. This is the basic difference between somebody and anybody. Indefinite pronoun as somebody, anybody, everybody, nobody. And these indefinite pronouns are used for unknown persons. And this refers to impersonal pronoun, because these words are being used for unknown persons. So we can say that these are not personal pronoun but impersonal pronoun. Something, anything, everything, nothing. These are also indefinite pronoun, and we can use these pronouns for things. Remember where we use body. Body can be used with persons, and if thing is associated with nobody, anybody, nothing, everything. So things are used for any object. So these terms cannot be used with person. If we are using some words, indefinite pronouns for person, body is necessary to add. Apart from this, we can say that somewhere, anywhere, everywhere, nowhere. These are indefinite pronoun. These can be used for places. We cannot use them at the place of either thing or either at the place of persons. These things can be used, these terms can be used in order to notify a place, someone, anyone, everyone, no one. The use of someone, anyone, no one, and everyone can be used for person. Which type of person? Whom I know. But whom I don't know, we can use only body. Apart from this, the next is reflexive pronoun. Reflexive pronoun, which shows reflection of a pronoun. Reflection. As I say, myself, ourself, yourself. These are the reflexive pronouns. Apart from this, emphatic pronoun. Emphatic pronoun as myself, yourself, himself. The basic difference between a reflexive pronoun and emphatic pronoun is that a reflexive pronoun refers to a reflection of a pronoun, while emphatic pronoun doesn't reflect a pronoun. But emphatic pronoun gives emphasis on the part of a pronoun. But a reflexive pronoun cannot give any type of emphasis, but it gives a reflection on a pronoun. And emphatic pronoun, the use of emphatic pronoun can be done just after a personal pronoun. As I say, I, myself. I myself will do the work. But in case of a reflexive pronoun, we cannot use a pronoun before a reflexive pronoun. Apart from this, the next is relative pronoun. It it may be you have already listened or already learned about reflexive pronoun, no, sorry, relative pronoun, relative adjective, both. But here we are using relative pronoun. There are two things. One is relative pronoun and another is relative adjective. But now here we are talking about relative pronoun. Here relative pronoun refers to a type of noun which is working as a relation, which makes a relation between two sentences. It shows a relation. As I say, the boy who helped you yesterday is my friend. Here, who is being used as a relative pronoun because who shows the relation? Whose relation? The boy. Here, who relates? The boy. We are talking. Which type of boy we are talking about? We are talking about the boy, which have been already mentioned before who. So we can say the boy who has stolen my pen study in my class. The book that you brought yesterday have been lost. In this sentence, the book that, here that is working as a relative pronoun because it is showing the relation with a noun. In simple terms, we can say that where a pronoun shows a relation with a noun, then we can say that it is a relative pronoun. The basic difference between relative pronoun and relative adjective is that on one hand, a relative pronoun shows a relation with a noun, while relative adjective shows a relation with an adjective. Apart from this, the next is interrogative pronoun. Interrogative pronoun as who, whom, whose, which, what, etc. These are interrogative pronoun. We have listened about interrogative adjectives, and here we are discussing not interrogative adjective but interrogative pronoun. As I say, who was there? Who was there? Whom do you like? What is your name? Who is there? To whom were you speaking? Which is your house? In these sentences, who, whom, which are working as an interrogative pronoun. Because the sentences are asking a question. Which is your car? Which? Here which is an interrogative pronoun. What is your name? What? What is being used at the place of a name? We don't know name. So we use what? What is your name? Then these are interrogative pronouns. Apart from this, exclamatory pronouns. What and how. Only two terms are used in case of exclamatory pronoun. What? How to identify an exclamatory pronoun in a sentence? We often use exclamation mark after exclamation word, whom we say that exclamation pronoun, exclamatory pronoun. What? She has gone. Here after what we are using exclamation mark, not interrogation mark. So these are exclamatory pronoun. The next we are talking about reciprocal pronoun. Here reciprocal pronoun as each other, one another. There are only two reciprocal pronouns, each other and one another. We can use each other for two things or two persons, but if there are more than two persons, we can use one another for them. As in the sentence, the two cats are fighting with one another. This is wrong. Two cats are fighting with each other. If I say Ram and Syam are talking with one another, it would be wrong, because each other is used for two persons, and one another can be used for more than two persons. So remember, the use of one another can be used for more than two persons, and the use of each other can be done for more than one person. If there are two persons, we can use each other. If there are more than two persons, we can use one another. They are talking to one another, it means there are more than two persons. If we say we are talking each other, it means there are only two persons. So I want to discuss about impersonal pronoun something. Impersonal pronoun, it can be used as an impersonal pronoun in a sentence. It cannot be a subject in a sentence. It can be used as an introducer in a sentence. We cannot use it as a subject in a sentence. As I say, it is for me. It is for me. Here, it is not working as a subject in a sentence. It is working as an introducer in a sentence. It cannot be a subject in a sentence. Remember, it cannot become a subject in a sentence, because it is an impersonal pronoun. It works as an introducer in a sentence. As I say, it is I. We cannot say it is me. It is I. Why this sentence is correct? Because it is not working as a subject in this sentence. It is working as an introducer in a sentence. Often students gets confused in identifying whether it as a subject, it has been used as a subject in a sentence or as an object in a sentence. They totally get confused. So I want to say that it always used as an introducer in a sentence. It cannot be made a subject in a sentence. If Had it been a subject in a sentence, we would have used not I but me, because after a subject we use objective case of pronoun, not a subjective case of pronoun. If I say it is I, sentence is correct. If I say it is me, sentence is incorrect, because it is not working as a subject in this sentence. It is working as an introducer, which is introducing I. It is I who gave you a pen. This sentence is correct. And here who is working as a relative pronoun, because it is relating, it is showing a relation between who and I. So this is a relative pronoun, and I is a personal pronoun, I is an impersonal pronoun, and I is the subject of a sentence. Here it cannot be a subject. So don't get confused in this matter, because it cannot be a subject in a sentence. It can be used only as an introducer in a sentence. In English, there are some basic things which I want to notify you. Remember, after a subject, we use verb. In order to become a sentence complete, we should need a subject and a verb. A subject and a verb make a sentence complete. And after a verb or after a preposition, we can use only object. Need of object is here. A verb needs an object, a preposition too needs an object. Both need object. After a verb, we can use only objective case of pronoun. We cannot use subjective case of pronoun. And we already know that subject and object, either they may be noun or they may be pronoun. So, when we talk about personal pronoun, the use of personal pronoun in a sentence, we can use subjective pronoun, objective pronoun, possessive adjective and possessive pronoun. Another statement that some students get confused in using first person narrative and second person narrative. I have seen some students, they have started a sentence from a first person narrative, but in the next sentence they become second person narrative and they use second person narrative of pronoun. Remember, if I have already started a sentence with first person narrative, we cannot use second or third person narrative in the next sentence. If the starting of a sentence, either a sentence is supposed to start with I or V. I or V, these are first person narratives. and subjective pronoun. If I sentence, if I start a sentence with I, then whatever objective pronoun is used in the next sentence, we should use according to I. According to I, it means objective pronoun. If we want to use in the next sentence, we can use only objective case of pronoun I. Objective case of pronoun I is me. I can use I, me, my, mine. We cannot use we, ours. This would make a sentence grammatically error. So I want to tell you, in case of noun, as in case of noun, we use nominative case of noun, subjective case of pronoun, subject case of noun, possessive case of noun, dative case of noun, vocative case of noun. As we use in case of noun, objective case of noun. The same condition is with pronoun. In case of pronoun, subjective, objective case of pronoun, subjective case of pronoun, vocative case of pronoun, possessive case of pronoun, vocative case of pronoun. We want to clear it from noun. Objective case of pronoun, objective case of noun. At first we take objective case of noun, then I will come at the objective case of pronoun. When objective case of noun, when a subject becomes direct object either of a verb or a preposition, then it would be called a subjective case of pronoun, subjective case of noun, or objective case of noun. As a sentence, the doctor is taking care of his clients. Here client is not an object of a verb but as an object of preposition. The second is nominative case of pronoun. If a noun is working as a subject in a sentence, this is the condition of this is the condition of nominative case of a noun. The same condition, in simple terms, we may say that if a subject is working as an object of either a pronoun, either of verb, either of preposition, then it will be objective case of noun. If a noun is working as a subject in a sentence, then it can be called a nominative case of noun. possessive case of noun. In case of possessive case of noun, when a noun in a sentence denotes possession or ownership, then it is a possessive case of noun. As I say, you are sitting in Ram's chair. You are sitting in Ram's chair. Here, Ram is a noun working as a possessive case of a noun. Dative case of a noun. What is a dative case of a noun? When a noun in a sentence is in the direct object of a verb, then the noun in the sentence is dative case of noun. As I say, thank you for sending good messages. Thank you for sending me good messages. Here, me has been used as a dative case of pronoun. Vocative case of noun. When a noun in a sentence is used to get attention, then the noun in the sentence is the vocative case. As Mohan, are you coming for a function? Here, noun is in the form of a vocative case. Finally, we want to conclude the chapter. Remember, if a noun becomes an object, either a verb or a preposition, then it would be called an objective case of a noun or objective case of a pronoun. If a subject, either noun or a pronoun, becomes a subject of a sentence, then we can say that it is the subjective case of noun or a pronoun. In case of possession, if a noun or a pronoun is used as to show a possession of things, then we can say that it is the possessive case of a noun or a pronoun. In case of vocative case of pronoun, if a noun or a pronoun becomes either a subject of verb or a preposition, then it would be called a vocative case of a noun or pronoun. So guys, here we are finishing the chapter of pronoun, and in the next chapter we